2020 WRX with a hard steering. Good day, viewers. Welcome back to Dallas Auto Diag. Customer of mine called me. He said he has a 2020 WRX that was hit on the passenger side. Car has a hard steering. They replaced 2 rack and pinions, and he said this fuse was blown. They replaced this fuse, and as I said, they replaced a rack and pinion. Steering is still hard. They replaced the second rack and pinion, and it's still hard. That's why they called me. They said, we need your help. As I said, the car was hit here. It looks like the PCM took a slight hit. The connectors are good. The locking mechanism is good. Somebody has already did some checking here, and I did a full scan, and the full scan does show some modules. Like the instrument cluster, we have a couple of codes, U codes. Every time you see a U, that's a lost communication with another module. But in this case, we have a lost communication with power steering control module. When we go down in this MS919, it gives us the chance to even see the ones that are offline. Why? Because it has a topology. The topology is not on because I'm not connected to the internet. You need to be connected to the internet, unlike other scanners. That's what I don't like about auto. They're trying to harvest some information, which, I mean, I understand if that information is going to help develop future tools, but not in this case. I don't think so. Again, transmission is not communicating because it is stick shift. What I noticed is the SRS is not on, and I asked them, and he said yes, they took it off to do some work or to replace it, whatever, to get the part number. EPS power steering is not responding. So the first thing that I want to do, call me crazy, I've seen it. The first thing that I want to do is plug back the airbag module. It doesn't matter as long as we have a talking airbag module. The reason why, I have seen it in the foreign vehicles, especially the Hondas. Whenever you unplug the airbag module, it affects the communication of other modules in the vehicle. I mean, we've seen it all, and if they're daisy changed, if you unplug one, it will affect the communication on the rest of the network. And if you want, I can give you an example. 2020 Honda Odyssey, I just worked on it last week. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Some noises outside, so let's use this time to verify customer's concern. I mean, I believe him, but I just want to show you guys. All right, there you go. Steering is really hard. All right, we'll just wait for the compressor to go off. Okay, I can finish here. So what I was saying is, if you want an example of what I was saying, you can pull up a wiring diagram for 2020 Honda Odyssey, and you will see how the relationship between the airbag module and the transmission. They do have an airbag module outside for me, so let's plug it. On the other hand, I know this guy does nothing but Subarus, so he is probably more experienced in Subarus than me, and he might have noticed something like that before, if it does, but it doesn't. I just want to do it by the book. I just want to have all modules communicating before we do anything. So after plugging the airbag control module, we do have a lot of codes, but this is not what we want. We want to see if the EPS will come back, and it's not. It's still no response. Now I already set up to check at the rack and pinion, the schematics right here. Power steering control module, right rear of engine compartment. we have one, two, should be two connectors. Those thick ones, power and ground. Let's go check them out. And this is the power right here. We have a lit, so the power is good, fuse is good. I'm gonna check the ground, but I won't be able to record because I need two hands for that. I'm gonna use the power probe as a power supply, and when I touch the ground to see if the light comes on. I went ahead and got help with me because I found an interesting thing. Let me show you. I'm probing on the black, which should be the ground. When I touch it with the light, I do have a path to ground, but when I provide power, I don't have. Oh, here you go. No, that's good. That's good. One more. Okay, so our ground is good. Never mind. It didn't lit before, so I thought that we might have a corrosion in the ground. We're good. All right, moving to the other connector. Second to check is pin number 3 in that pink. It should be power, hot and on, or start. The car is on. And when you have a situation like that, make sure to ask the customer if they know. In this case, this guy does a lot of Subarus, so he knows. I ask him if the key goes off when not the compressor again. I'll pause. All right, so I was saying, before we lift the car up, I put the key on, and I asked the customer if the car, by design, the key goes off after a certain time. He said no, it doesn't. Subarus, those WRXs, they don't, as long as you have the key on, that's it. So yeah, in some cases you have to put the seat belt on, or put the flasher on, or do something. Especially Nissans, they go off pretty quick. Now we're checking that pin, and which should have power, and this is the pink one right here next to the green, and I have power. Now we have to check the last two, which should be can high and can low, and for this we're going to use the oscilloscope right here. 5-volt DC, 2 seconds per division. The green one, green should be can high, two and a half, 3.5, acceptable waveform. Let me check can low, which is pin number 8. Pin number 8 right there, the red one right here. Can low is good, which reminds me it reminds me of a vehicle I came to do here, and it had the same exact problem. They changed one rack and pinion, and it was no com. It was outside. I came, I checked it. I told him we have everything needed to run the EPS. You have a wrong or bad rack and pinion. And when we looked up the part number on the slip that they provided him when they delivered this used one, it turned out to be a wrong one. So I even want to bet on that. In this case, I think we have a wrong part number, but why 2? What I'm going to do off camera, by the way, so I don't make this long, I am going to double check my work and make sure everything I did is correct. Now, one thing I don't like, that test light is 300 milliamp, and this is a big motor. I am working on making my own test lights and setup. I will make a video for that. If you guys are interested, like, subscribe, share, do whatever, stay around. But let me double check what I did. Well, what we got here, this is a 5 amp bulb, and I'll put it on a power and the ground. For the power steering, it doesn't come on, which is no good. Now let me see which one we missing, which I now I'm thinking might be the ground again. Let me provide a ground to that one. Let me see if I can do it through the ground is the bottom one. No, it won't work like that. Okay, look at it. It's the ground. Again, that's another reason why you don't want to use the power probe and everything. It's a quick check, it's not the ultimate check. You need to have a substitute load, and that's exactly why we make in the other video. We're gonna make substitute loads with different ampage. Now we have a problem with the ground. I lowered the vehicle, disconnected the harness from here where it disconnects the right here, and I inspected this harness. Doesn't have any hit on it, and now we're going to check here at this. We have our light. Okay, I provided power to the light. Every time we hit a ground, we have a completed circuit. The black is this side, so let's see if we have a all right. No. So our problem from here to the main ground, the original ground. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so that ground says GAP. Unfortunately, I don't have any ground location in this in all data. Connector, fuse, fusible link, harness. I don't have any ground locations. Which I believe says right side. I believe either this one or that one. Most probably this one. That one over there. So let's loosen it and tie it again. Okay, I just tied that bolt right there. It was hard to put the 10mm between those brake lines, but let's check it out. Again, we have power here, and let's check out the ground, see if we'll be able to pull at least 5 amp, which again, I'm not sure what's the specification of that pump, but there we go. Now we have a good steady light. Let's try it. I plugged the harness. Now let's see if we have ground all the way here, and we do. Steady and ready. Right, everything plugged, car is on, and by the way, I was wrong based on the customer's comment. He was wrong also. Those Subarus, they don't go off, but it took a long time, like almost to the point we're about to put it down. So maybe I'd say half an hour or so, or even more. Anyways, let's see if the EPS will pass. No fault. Where's the EPS? Right here. Electric power steering. Ready, set, go. There we go. Power steering. One fault. Okay. Let's. Which code does it have? EPS, hydraulic control unit, history. Thank you so much. All right, we're done here. Simple ground, but the 300 milliamp would turn the light on. Sometimes it would turn it on dimmed. Sometimes it would turn it on high. We needed to use a 5 amp light. I am definitely going to make that video, and I hope that you have to do it. This is a must in the automotive world. This is a must. What you're gonna do is a must. I've been using the power probe just because I have no help, and sometimes I like the audio, and the power probe is a good tool, but not for everything. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that little notification to be notified about videos like this. I really appreciate it.
We'll